So hi, in this video, we'll learn about linked list and major operations we can perform on linked list. Okay, so linked list is a data structure that consists of nodes, and each node consists of data and a pointer. Okay, so linked list consists of nodes, and each node consists of data and a pointer. Pointer is a reference to another node, like to next node. So if this is our linked list, it consists of three nodes, and each node has a data and a pointer. Pointer points to next node. For the last node, the pointer points to null. Okay. So basic class for node will take data and a next pointer. We generally call it this pointer as next. So yeah, this is how we are initializing it. And for linked list, we are basically for the starting point of linked list is a head. So I've not shown you here. There's a head pointer. Okay, so head is also a pointer that points to the first element. And when linked list is created, of course, there's no element at the beginning, like at the starting. So our head will point to null. And furthermore, further when we'll insert, delete, insert, delete or anything, then we can insert our first element. Then then head will point to first element. So major operations which we will see in this video are insert at start, insert at end of the linked list, insert after some node, and delete from the starting of the linked list, delete node from end of the linked list, delete a node with given key. Key is that data. Okay. Search and traverse. So this is the basic thing, like traversing in a linked list. And most important topic is reversing of linked list. Okay, so our first operation is to insert 5 in linked list, and our linked list is empty. Okay, so there's a head pointer which initially is pointing to null. So what we are gonna do, firstly we'll take this 5 and we'll create a node out of it. Okay, so how to create a node? Node consists of data and a pointer. Okay, so add 5 to data, and what will be the pointer? Pointer will be some the heads pointer. Okay, so this pointer will be equal to head dot next. Okay, why head dot next? Because we are gonna insert at the start, and at the start of a linked list, head is pointing to the starting element. So obviously head will point to this, and what will its next pointer should point to something that head is pointing to currently. Okay, so firstly we took data, converted it to a node. Now we're gonna assign this node to our head. So our head will be pointing to this node, and this node will obviously point to next of head, which is none. Okay, so this was a first scenario when our linked list was empty. There can be a scenario when linked list is not empty, like you need to insert 6 at the start. Okay, and our node is, and our sorry our linked list is this. So firstly what we are gonna do, we'll put this 6 into a node. So create a node, and what will be the next pointing to? Something which head is pointing to. Head is pointing to 5. So it will point to 5. Okay. Second step is to point head to the newly added element. So our head will be pointing to 6. Okay. So what will be the finished output? It will look like our head will point to newly added element, that is 6. 6 will point to 5, which head was pointing to originally, and similarly this is same. So this is how we have added 6 to the starting of linked list. Let's write a pseudocode or algo. First is take data, okay, like I've given 5, 6. Second step is convert it to node. How to convert? You'll take data, next will point to heads next, and this is how you can create a node. Okay. Uh, Third step will be add this node to head. That is, head will be pointing to our node. Uh, Code for this will be insert data. Oops, data. Okay. So firstly, create new node. It will be created via our class. We'll give data as obviously data, and next will be this dot head dot next. Okay. Second step is simply point our head to this new node. So this dot head will be pointing to new node, as simple as. You can also return this head. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna insert at the end of our linked list. Suppose we're given 5, we need to insert at the end. First step will be same as that of insertion at start, that is create a node. So you'll create a node. Node consists of data and next. Now our concern is what will be the next pointer. Initially it points to null, and it will obviously point to null anyways, because at the end last node points to null. So you've converted data to a node. Now there will be two cases. Maybe the linked list is empty, that is, our head is null, head is pointing to null, that is, linked list is empty. Second case is that head is not null. Okay. Let's run through our first uh, point, that is head is pointing to null. If head is pointing to null, simply add this node to head. Yes, because anyways this 5 will be, sorry, this 5 will be the last element. Okay, this is simple. Second was our head is not null. So suppose we have a linked list 6, 4, 3. 3 is pointing to null. That is 3 is the last element and it is the first element. Our head is pointing to 6. Now what we will do? We need to insert it at the end. That is, at this node should come after 3 and should be the last element. So we're gonna traverse from head. We'll start and we're gonna see. Is this the last element? Is this the last node? No, it's not pointing to null. We'll check 4. Is it the last element? No, it's not pointing to null. We'll check is 3 the last element? Yes, yes, it is pointing to null. So now what we're gonna do? Our last element, original last element will point to new node, and our new node will be the last element. Simple. Okay. So firstly, we'll assume that head is our last element. Okay. Property of last element was that last element always points to null. So we'll run a loop. We'll run a loop that while last dot next. While last dot next is not null, this loop should run. And what will be doing in this loop will be traversing. We'll be traversing and checking each node if it is null. First we'll check, is 6 null? No. Is 4 null? Sorry, 4 node null? Last? No. Is 3 last? Yes. Yes. If 3, when we'll reach 3, we'll come out of our loop. Okay. So we'll do something like, if last dot next is not null, it will be in our loop. It will, and we'll reassign it to next. Simple. And when it will reach 3, 3 is null. Last dot next will null, and 3 will not come in this loop. So at uh, at this point, last will be 3. Okay. So last will be 3, and what we will be doing, we will be assigning next 3 next to 5. So we'll do something like last dot next, that is 3 dot next, is equal to our new node, that is 5. I'm saying 3 is next, which was originally pointing to null, it will point to 5. Okay. So 3 is next will point to 5. Now it will not point towards null. It will point to, and 5 will obviously point to null. So it is our last element. Code for same. First we are gonna create our new node with the help of class data. Default next pointer's value was null, so no need to give that. Secondly, we're gonna see if our head is null. If our head is not null, so if our head will be null, it will come in this if loop. Okay, sorry, if check. and our head will point to new node, and we can return. If not, we'll assume that our head is the last node, okay, and run through a loop while last dot next becomes null. If it is not null, it will come in our loop, okay, and we'll reassign our last to next element. At this point, our last will be having the last node of our linked list. So simply assign last elements next to our new node and return. So create new node with the data. Check if head is null. If it is null, simply assign the new node. If it is not null, assume, take a variable last and assume that our head is the last element. And while last dot next is null, not null actually. If it is not null, it will fall in this loop. If it is null, it will not. So we're gonna traverse. We're gonna assign last to next element. That is basically a traversal only. We'll check, is our head null? No. Then assign last dot next to 6. Is 6 null? No. Sorry, is 6 dot next null? No. Then assign last to 4. Is 4 dot next null? No. And assign last to 3. Is 3 dot next null? Yes, it was. It was null. So our last, at this point, our last will be having 3, and last dot next, which was originally null, will have our new node and simply return. Okay, so our next operation is to insert after a node. Okay, suppose I want to insert after 2, and what do I need to insert? 3. Okay, so this is our node, this is our previous node after which I need to insert. So what I'm gonna do, firstly obviously firstly we used to create a new node, create new node. Now we need to insert after 2. So what should be the next of 3? It should be the next of 2, because our 3 is gonna come here. 2 will 2 will be pointing to 3. What should 3 be pointing to? 2's next. Okay, 3 will be pointing to 2's next. So 3's yani ki new nodes point next pointer should be previous nodes next. Okay, previous nodes next. So 3 will be pointing to 2's next, that is 4. Secondly, we're gonna check, we're gonna assign previous node dot next to our node. Simple. Let me show you how. So we needed to basically insert it after 2. So this should we need to insert it after 2. What should this point to? This should point to what 2 is pointing to. Like here. So remove this. Now 2's next will point to our new node because we need to insert after 2. So 2's will be pointing to 3 and 3 or 3 will be pointing to 2's next, that is 4. So this is how we add it.